And how do I delete them? The easiest way is looking from the side, like here, and going to the rectangle selection, removing that gizmo with Alt-D, and make sure that I have only select visible elements disabled. So that way I should be able to get my edges. With F1 I go back to 3D perspective, and now I can move the Alt-D, I can move the lower parts, so I actually have like something like something that shades my window. I go to polygon mode and extrude this, or I can be even better and go back to edge mode and only select the short pieces now, viewing from top. I can use my rectangle tool again and I have all of them selected, and now I hit MF and I should use a really low value now, like 2, and now I select all the polygons and I only want the middle parts. So maybe UK helps. No, it doesn't. UK was for shrinking my selection, but then the next way to only keep the middle polygons is to look from top again, maybe using Control-Tab to make this really big. And now I try to select only the middle parts with my rectangular selection, and there I go, going back to F1 and Control-Tab to minimize that. I'm sorry for that. Control-Tab worked this time, and what I want to do now is just pushing those polygons up. I can change the modeling axis of my move tool for that by using axis, and there should be selected. Oh, excuse me, this is okay, but orientation is what I want to change, namely to normal. And that way I can precisely move them up and down. So now they are slightly bent. So now let's select all the polygons again and extrude them. With polygon mode and D for extruding, I can just do this, make sure the caps are activated, and now it really depends on the viewer's distance. I think this is okay, but if you really wanted to, you could bevel some edges here. But be aware, if you now select all the edges and go MS for beveling, then you're beveling those parts too. This is not what you want. And to be honest, well, you could work on with doing lots of loop selections here, but let's keep the shades the way they are. So what is a quick way of doing like chords, like holding those things? It's probably using or deactivating the shades for now and using the glass pieces again. Going UP, moving them 20 centimeters to front, going to edge mode, and you know what? When I want to save time, I sometimes don't select what I want, namely this, this, and this, but what I do instead is just selecting what I don't want, and then I invert it. So what I would like to do is going MF, and now I want to use those edges for chords. And I'm not quite finished yet. I should use the scale function this time. And maybe select those guys. Going MS. And this is the width. Oh no, let's do it even differently. Let's convert those selections without any beveling to splines, which can be done with tools maybe. No, it's mesh, and then there should be spline. And the funny thing is that it has to do with splines, but it's not listed among the splines, and it is a command called edge to spline. So what I get is a spline which looks like this. You can see here that it has top and bottom points. And now we can do a little experiment, namely sweeping a tiny little profile, a six-sided tiny profile will do along these splines. So this is the path, like chord path, and this is the chord profile. And now let's see whether this can be swept. Fantastic. So if you think they are too straight, then you can select all the points and subdivide them using US, 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 US. Maybe one more, and then you want to kind of jitter them around just a tiny bit. You know those chords are never really straight, so go ML and use crumple. Hit apply to see better what we're doing, and I use crumple axial, so that way I can keep this almost straight, but I can manipulate it in that direction slightly.